Okay, now I don't know what you what you think, but I think that God, these elite colleges have funny math or fuzzy math or just illogical thinking. I mean, they seem to want to prove that the brightest students in our country all come from rich people. Oh, that's silly, isn't it? Well, there's a wonderful report that came out by the Jack Kent Cooke Foundation called Pure True Merit. And he's really trying to show how the brightest, make sure that the brightest students have access to our best colleges and universities. Because their data, now here's a chart that, what I call, how they're fighting the class ceiling. Not the glass ceiling, the class ceiling. Rich people are stopping everybody else. If you look at the most competitive universities, and that's the bar on the left. Okay, now if you, those shades, the different colors on that shade of bar represents 25% of the population. So the top bar, part of the bar, that darkest color, is from the top 25%. And the bottom, where the 3% is from the bottom 25%. So they're only getting like 3% of the students from the bottom 25%, but 72% of the students from the top 25%. And that's what they're trying to do. And they have scholarships and everything. I'll explain at the other thing at the end of this that you should be aware of. But here's the other interesting thing that they report, that their graduation rate. Okay, say, oh, poor kids, they're not going to be as good as school and things like that. Well, the kids, the average GPA of the lower income students is about the same as the high income students. So the rich kids and the real poor kids, they're getting the same GPA. Okay, and the graduation rates, they're the same. They say, oh, these kids can't make it through college. See, all that stuff is nonsense. There's other things that I think that prevent lower income people from getting there, and people I think have a right to discriminate and things like that. It's a free country, but not if you're taking government money or getting tax money to do things. That's the thing that I think is a problem. Okay, here's another way that they cook the books a bit. Early admissions. Okay, early admission is when you say, okay, I'll go to Harvard or whatever, and if you admit me, I'll take it. So you don't have to decide whether you're going to go or not and have other choices. Well, there's two kinds of early admissions, and one of them is that you have to decide right away, okay, when you get that letter. Okay, so a poor kid really needs to know about the money he's going to get. And see, they send the letters of admission first, and so you have to go before you know if you're going to get money or not, So it's rigged against them. I mean, they can't accept early admissions because you have to right away, and they don't know the money yet. The money about the letter notifications about money is way after you get the letter from the early admissions. So that's rigged. And what they say is that that's worth about 100 points. So if you're applying to a college or university and you say, yes, I want early admissions, it means that if you accept me, I'm going to say right away, I'm not going to, I have to do it. Okay, that's worth like 100 points because they want more people like that. So if you're in the general, if you're not there, you need like 100 points higher to get in. In other words, kids who get early admissions entrance have SAT scores that are 100 points lower than the average. So you can be stupider and get in as long as you say you're early admission. But poor kids can't do that. So they can't get into that race because they have to know about their money. Okay, here's another thing too. Legacy preferences. Okay, these are preferences college like, oh, my sister went there, so I want to go there. My brother, my brother-in-law, all that kind of stuff. Okay, that is worth, they say, to get in the school. If you have a legacy, somebody else, and you want to go there because they went, that's worth like getting an extra 160 points higher on your SAT scores. Wow. So you got the early admissions and the legacy, well, that you had a brother-in-law or brother who went there, worth 260 points bonus just because those things that have nothing to do with your talent, skill, education, grades, or nothing. 260 points worth. Now, wow, that's amazing, right? So poor kid's not going to have a brother who went there. Maybe as we go along that will change. Yeah. So this Jack Kent Cooke Scholarship Fund is really neat because it focuses on kids who can't get in and not, because they don't know about the system, playing the system, and it's rigged against them. So they give out, like 2,000 scholarships. Here's how it breaks down. And they have undergraduate student scholarships and those that want to transfer. So if you're in a community college, you know somebody in a community college, you may want to look at the scholarship fund. And you see the breakdown. Whites, people who get the scholarship, about 36%, then Asian, Hispanic, Black, and other. I don't know what the other is, but maybe. And actually, for this scholarship, you could have an income of up to $95,000. But the average is like $28,000. So the kids, the family income is about $28,000 who apply for this. So you see the median family income. One is at 31, and for the continuing students, it's 6,000 is the average family income. So they're doing pretty good work there. They also have a scholarship for 7th graders. 7th graders could get like $40,000 worth of stuff and help and everything. Talk about that in another segment, but you'll find it on their website. And another place for scholarships that people forget to look is your state capital. Every state capital has dozens of scholarships, for people, all ages or whatever. Now, here's what it's in Maryland, and actually in Maryland, last year they had millions and millions of dollars that they couldn't even give away. People didn't apply. That's sick. That is absolutely sick. So here, you go to state financial assistance programs and applications for Maryland. You see they have guaranteed access grant, educational assistance grant, part-time grant. Maybe people want to go part-time. The graduate and professional scholarship grant. Oh gosh, here's special programs for people who are in ambulance and fire and rescue. Maryland Loan Assistance Program, Maryland Dental Care. So if you want to work for a dentist, nursing scholarships. Then they have like workforce programs where they're really in Maryland. They want certain people to get skills because we're hurting for jobs in Maryland for these skills. Things like if you want to become a nurse, a daycare center operator, or employee, human services, work in counseling, teachers, physical therapy, social work, or just work for a nonprofit. These are special programs at the state level. Every state is different, so you have to check with each state, like that before to see what those scholarships are. And people forget. They don't think of that. They're going online, and when you go online and look for scholarships, man, you're just going to get hooked in to people who are paid big money to get your name. In other words, all the people that figure out how to use Google. So when you use Google and look for scholarships or whatever, all these sharks that get so much money to find out about you because you're going to be up for maybe my school. And the schools that they pay a lot of money to do this are usually the private schools or the for-profit schools. The for-profit schools will get you, online because they know they can sweet talk you into going to their school, make it sound easy as hell, as long as you get a loan, and they'll show you how to get a loan. You get a loan, you give them money, and the school's lousy, and you're stuck with the loan forever. But they got the loan. These for-profit schools, remember that 90% of their money comes from you getting a loan. That's terrible. So you're looking for more things like that. Check with your local county, your junior colleges, community colleges, that's what it's called now. I'm an old guy, we used to call them junior college. Community colleges, and find your local community college, go to the library or whatever and ask them, and just show up on campus. It's hard to get through these bureaucracies and everything's so complicated. You think it's all online, but it's not. I've been to some of these colleges helping people get in, and the people running the colleges and the program don't even know what the hell is online and everything on. So you gotta go there, talk to somebody, rattle them by the ears, just show up on their doorstep. Very polite, it's easy to push you off on the phone or whatever and things like that. But when you're in front, it's sort of like, brown nosing as a student. You go to see the teacher after class and you say, oh, look at the picture of my dog. It's harder to flunk you in person. It's easy to flunk you. And we all have busy days, but you're in front of somebody, you want to help them. So go to the community college, just show up on the doorsteps. Hey, where's the counseling office? I don't know what the hell to do. Yeah. And that's how you do it.